Welcome viewer to Artistry. My name is Tirus Wanyoike and we are back in the woodwork workshop. We have quite a number of items ahead of us. We want to see and to know, to gather knowledge on how to do some of these things, because we see them done and we don't know who did them and how did they do it. What was used to do what. Now, we see such a piece of item here. It's a simple stool, used for sitting on or for placing some items on top here. So we have done it carefully in the workshop and we have finished it well. Now it's ready for use. It has some patterns here. It has a very good smooth finish. It has a square top, that is 13 inch by 13 inch. This has been stained. The stain we have used here is the walnut color. So stains will be mixed to different preferences. Stain is bought as a powder, as some powder. You can buy some mahogany stain, you buy some meru oak stain and all this, and then you can mix portions of this with the other. Now this particular stain is known as the walnut. It will finally give you the color close to coffee color. Coffee, once you are stirring the coffee in a cup without milk, that color is the walnut color in woodwork. So it is known as the walnut stain. It has been well done and finished with clear varnish that is matte. In varnish we have the matte and the gloss. The gloss is very shiny, and then the matte will be cool. It will be as cool as you see this piece of item. So it has been finished. Now it's ready for sale, it's ready for dispatch. It is not ready for use. Now what I want us to concentrate on in this item is the decorative part, this line here, which has also been repeated here. On the top rail we have 2, on the leg of the stand we have 1 line for each stand, every side, except the inside. The inside we don't have. We have them on the sides. Each side has 1 on each stand. So they add beauty to the item. They also bring an aspect which is a bit unique on the pattern obtained on the stool. But trust me, with good workmanship, even without the pattern and the decoration, it will still be nice. A nice item will remain good as long as it is put into proper use and good care. Now, I want us to know the concept in putting these lines. How do we go about it? Some people would try it in carving, which can still work. You can get a good person who can carve and then carve it straight up to the end, and then do it on the other side, but it will take a lot of time before you get to what you want and the accuracy that you require. It is also a good skill, but now with the machine, we can be able to easily achieve that in a very short while. So in front of me here, I have a machine. So as you can see it, it's a portable machine and very useful in woodwork. So this is its right position. There is a power cable and there is the fence on the side. The fence can come out, and once you remove the fence, now it remains this part now with the motor. The motor is up here. There are motor brushes here. These are brushes. Once you open, if the brushes are over, you remove. If they are worn out, you replace them. You don't have to call an expert or be stranded in your work. You just open here with a flat screwdriver, remove the worn out brushes, bring some more, fit them, and then continue. Now, the router has a lot of adjustments. Adjustments to make sure that you get exactly what you want and the precision you want. Now, to start off, this is the power cable. I want to explain the details of the router so that once we get to use the router, we will not be stranded. This is a power cable. It's quite long. It can help you work around the bench without struggling. It is very well fitted, and it's a quality cable. It has never failed. Now from there, we have the handles. So these are the handles that you hold, and this is the position you hold from. So you can't hold it from that side. You hold it from here. You can see some inclination this way. So you hold it from this side. Two of them, you hold them. Now, as you work as well, there is this switch here. This is the on and off switch. So it will be used to switch on the machine and off. Off is down and on is up. So as I hold it, I will use one finger to start it off. I work. Once I want to stop it, then I just use one finger as I hold it tightly, because it's a strong machine. You have to hold it firmly when you're working, otherwise it can mess you up. They can even cut you. They can cut anyone around. So proper safety measures must be taken. Now on the other side of the on the handle on the other side has another control. So this one will stop where I press it up to. It will stop. So it is meant to stop the router at the depth that I want to have. So once I press it a little bit there, I hold it tight there, then it cannot come back. You realize now that I have less space here than I used to have. If I want to release it, I release and lift it up. It has a spring. It will spring back, but pressing down, I have to do it manually. I press a little bit down, then I tighten it with one finger as I hold it, and then I can move the machine. So that is another control. We have another one here. This one, I may require to use the router at a certain depth only. So there is a nut here that I will turn down until it gets here. And now once I even release this other control here, it will not go up. If I'm doing a lot of work together, then I may use this depth gauge as opposed to this one, because this one anyone can offset it unknowingly, or you can forget. Instead of pushing the power off here, you try to push off from here, then it loses the depth that you had adjusted it to. So it's very important to know the two depth gauges. So once I press it, I can either use this one if I'm not adjusting anytime soon, and then I can use this one for temporarily holding there. I check. If it's not all right, I lift it, I adjust it, I measure what I want, I hold it there. So this is a quick fix for holding on the depth. This one, once you have set everything, you can both hold it from there, and then you turn this screw to go down all the way here. I need a spanner to do that, so since I'm not cutting right now, I may not necessarily take it down. So the router again is a Makita router. So all these that I'm discussing here will apply to a Makita router. Makita is one of good brands. So here we have quite a number of them. So these controls will work for the Makita brand, but for every other machine, they have similar controls, but now the power switch may be somewhere else, not here. But for the Makita type, we have it there, the power switch, the depth gauge. Then we have another control here. This control hits here. So once I'm cutting using a straight bit, I may need to do it in bits. I may require to do about 60 millimeter depth, but once I fit the bit here, I cannot cut it once 60. So I'll have to do the first 10, another 10, another 10 until I achieve 60. Now for me to get that, I may require to use this one. I press a little bit, 10 millimeter, I hold it, I go all through, then another 10, I push down, I hold, another 10, I move 10 millimeters down the depth until I get to 60. Now, I'll adjust this one at 60, full depth, so that once I get there, I cannot go beyond there. So this one can open, as you can see, it has some threads on it. It can open, and also it has a spring-loaded push button here. Once I push it, then I can be able to lift this one and not necessarily take it out, but take it up to there instead of trying to rotate it until it gets there. So it's a quick fix to move it either down or up. Once I hold it, I can either pull it up or push it down. So I will hold on the depth that I want, the maximum depth. I hold on with this one. Then I can push this one inside, push it there so that it can hold against that one, that control, that place. Now it can't go beyond there, the depth. So if I need to adjust 2 millimeters upwards, I'll just open this one a little bit to form a gap, 2 millimeters here, and then I will open here and then push it down. This one will get in contact with the other one, and then I'll be sure I have adjusted 2 millimeters on the router machine. So it's important to know all these controls, because you may have this machine and then wonder, why is it cutting too much? Why is it not stopping at this point? I wanted to stop at 35 millimeter depth, and then you try to do it, it will go through. It will go even to the other side, because you have not either adjusted this one or this one. Upwards, downwards, and so on and so on. So with the controls, we have the fence. We have the fence here. It has a control here. Once I open this one, now the fence comes out, this part of the fence. But this one is still fixed. It's still fixed on this one. I may need to open this wing screw and this other small one here for me to remove this one. So this one, I'll fit it back. The slides along there. And then there is this other adjustment screw. For fine adjustment on the fence, we use this screw, which is on the back side of it. So I'll fix it there. Put back the wing screw. Put back the wing screw. It's called the wing screw because it resembles the wings of an insect, or even for an aeroplane. They go side and side. So that one, if I need to adjust this one, I'll loosen this one a little bit, and then I'll pull it either backwards or forward to suit the 2 or 3 millimeter fine adjustment on the fence. So I may require to adjust up to there, then tighten my wing screw, then I'll be done. Now, those are the controls on the router once you're working on it. Now, the most important now is the cutting bit. So I'll release it that way. The cutting bits come in different shapes and sizes. As you can see here, I have different bits. So these different bits will suit different purposes. This one will put some decoration, normally at the edge of the cabinet or the work that you're doing. It also has a bearing. So this bearing controls it against the edge as the machine moves. So you don't need the fence on the router once you're using this bit, because it uses the bearing to regulate how it is moving. The fence is used to regulate the depth at which the machine will cut. But we shall see it practically better once we operate the machine. But as you can see, the two bits, they are different. This is known as a straight bit. Straight bit will just cut straight down or just trim straight. This one has some decoration. Now once you are doing the decoration, it will get the shape of exactly what shape it has here. So that is another bit. This one is a decorative bit, and this is what has been used here. So to put this mold that you can see here, we have used this bit on the router. We shall put it on. We shall put it, we shall cut a little bit of some scrap wood, and we shall see the same pattern that we see here on that pattern, except the finishing now, but the shape and the design will be exactly the same. Now this is what has been used here. Now we have another one which is bigger. It will look exactly like this one, but now bigger. That one has been used on one of these. So if you look closely at this piece, it has two lines, decorative lines, that are starting from here all the way to the bottom, and another one here. So to add value to this piece, we put some decoration of that kind. It has not compromised the strength of this piece, but it has given us a very good break to the monotony of a flat surface. So to give us very nice decoration, and we use this bit. This is a bit that we use to put that pattern. So it will be fixed on the router here, and then it will be used to put such a pattern. So for us to choose the bit that we are going to use, we consider also the size of the item that you're doing. If you can see, this one is the same concept with this one. But now if we used this one here, the small bit, then we may need either to do many of them, or it will look, it's not as attractive as when you use a bigger bit to do the decorations. So all these are concepts that we use when we are operating the router. We choose the right bit for the right job. Also, we consider the appearance of the item once we finish with it. And for an item to be attractive and to appear nice after finishing and after the production process, then we need to consider every aspect of this decoration, finishing, size, use, and all that. Now, to fit the bit here, we sometimes bridge it. We bridge with this piece that we call the collet. The collet, you fit the collet here. The collet increases the diameter of the small shank. So there are some bits that have this diameter. They fit directly without using a collet. So this additional diameter, to facilitate for that additional diameter, that item, we call it the collet. So I'll fit a collet there, and then I'll fit it here on the router with my decoration bit. And then there is this control here. This one, there has a spring loaded. So I'll press it and then rotate that other one until it clicks there. Now it is somewhere where there is a hole. I'll hold the main shank to avoid it from turning as I tighten with a spanner. So I'll take the spanner and tighten so that the bit is tight. Now it is tight and we are ready to go. Now once I start the machine, the bit will not fly out, it will not be loose, it will not misbehave, it will work well. So now I'm confident in what I'm doing. The only remaining bit now is to get the depth that I want to the decoration to go, just about 2 millimeters. So that is what we are going to find or to start from in our next lesson. So for now, we'll go for a short break, and then once we come back, now we will see exactly the action that is taken as we get these decorations. So as we have those the router in place, the bit is fixed, now we go for a short break. We'll be back to demonstrate more. Thank you.